Namaste and welcome to my Instagram, Spiritually Gina. And if you're watching this on YouTube, welcome to my YouTube, where I encourage you to pursue your soul. My name is Gina. Today we will be going over common catalysts for spiritual awakening, all right? So a spiritual awakening is when we awaken to our divine nature and how the lives that we are living are running contrary to the truth of our spiritual existence, all right? So like I said, I will be going over common catalysts for spiritual awakening, and today I have 4. So starting with number 1, enough is enough, feeling very lost. I have experienced that as well, but I wouldn't say it is my catalyst for spiritual awakening. But feeling lost can leave the human soul in this awful place of agony and in a place of limbo. So it's like kind of at rock bottom and not necessarily knowing which direction to take, where to go, what to do, just being, and again, in the place of feeling lost. So this is a beautiful catalyst for a spiritual awakening, because this feeling of being lost causes us to kind of like be more open, first of all, and just to be able to seek the truth and only wanting the truth. And the truth of this reality is that we are spiritual beings having a temporary experience that we call life. Leave a comment down below if you believe in that. Affirm it. All right. So second catalyst kind of ties onto this one, and that is your life's purpose. Now, I do believe that some people do have more like what we describe as materialistic life purpose, meaning they are meant to be doctor, lawyer, teacher, police officer, fireman, those things that greatly contribute to society. Those professions are greatly needed, but more often than not, the wrong profession can leave the soul feeling drained. So I know for me personally, I was going to go to college to study business. My father wanted me to go into the military, wanted me to go into the Air Force, and that just felt absolutely soul sucking, okay? Like, it felt awful, the idea. Even though I love the military, I did junior ROTC Marine Corps, URA. Love you guys. I love you Marines out there. But I just definitely was not meant to be in the military. I definitely was not meant to be an airman. And so it just seemed absolutely soul-sucking for me. And I also was accepted into a top college in my state. And again, it just felt super soul-sucking, that idea of going to college. So your life's purpose and spiritual awakening can run together, because when you encounter, okay, what's next? And then you aren't finding a profession in the current paradigm that we're in, it can be very jarring. It can be very hard to be able to navigate that. So it is a catalyst for a spiritual awakening, because when you look deeper, it's like, oh, I'm meant to do this. I'm meant to be a healer. I'm meant to do reiki. I'm meant to do tarot cards. I'm meant to do something that's more aligned with spiritual health. And that can also mean doing natural medicine, studying Chinese medicine. It doesn't have to be necessarily in like the, I don't know, we're going to call it woo-woo, for lack of better words. It doesn't have to be that out there, but it also is connected to, I don't know where I was going with that, honestly. So we're going to move on. Yes, I'm leaving all of this in. Raw authenticity. Okay, so moving on. The next catalyst for spiritual awakening are toxic relationships. And I know for me personally, this is more so my catalyst for spiritually awakening and stepping more so into my purpose. I tell everyone this. I bought my first tarot deck because of a guy. Slightly ashamed to say that, I'm not going to lie. But those circumstances did lead me closer to my purpose, which is healing, and which is the healing arts, which are tarot cards. So toxic relationships can be a catalyst for spiritual awakening, because it forces you, I don't know, for me, it forced me just to be more honest. And the concept of twin flame really got to me for a second there. Like, I'm like, oh my God, this is my twin flame. This is my soulmate, guys. I mean, yeah, I do believe that this person was very special and very important on my journey, but not necessarily a twin flame. And I did have vision, actually, of us not being together while we were together. So I definitely, my psychic abilities looking back definitely were sharpening at that time. So toxic relationships or relationships that just don't work out are catalysts for spiritual awakening. And lastly here, we have death, or what we perceive to be death, all right? So death is a very, very, very highly powerful catalyst for spiritual awakening, because I know for me personally, I also lost my chichewe, my father, around that time as well. And I really felt his energy for the first time, or like not the first time, but I felt his energy, and I was like, oh wow, this is my dad. Like, it was like no denying that that was my father's energy. So it does make you more sensitive, death. It makes you more open to certain possibilities. And I think it kind of forced me more outward, and it forced me to just be more open to the idea of there being an afterlife, because whenever someone would pass away that I knew, I would kind of block them out emotionally and mentally. But with my father, I just couldn't do that. I mean, obviously that's my father, you know? And so that his passing really was a catalyst. I would say my two catalysts for spiritual awakening definitely was my father's passing, which is death, and the toxic relationship, or just a relationship that just wasn't going to work out. And I knew that, but I was still in it anyways, all right? And again, death just forces you to be very, very open to other possibilities. So I think that's why it's a catalyst for spiritual awakening. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, leave a comment down below. What was your catalyst for your spiritual awakening? Do let me know. I'm very interested in finding that out. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Namaste.